Hello, listener, and welcome to Book 4, Chapter 4 of Bite-Sized Tales, the audio flash fiction podcast. This is Chris. For each solo chapter in this book, I'll be doing a part of a serial story, building upon the previous story's entry until its conclusion. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy it. Direwald Diaries. The Maevis Matter, Part 1. Eli Whitaker lifted his gaze while leaning back in his chair. It creaked in the manner that a handmade wishbone chair playing host to many backsides would creak, which is to say it did not appreciate being leaned back on two legs. The instigator of Eli's lean locked eyes with the man, causing him to cock his head slightly at her. She was young, too young to be in this or any kind of saloon. To make matters worse, she was clean from head to toe. The red and yellow floral pattern of her dress showed no signs of fading or stains, and the apron was of a white so stark it seemed to be glowing to Eli's eyes. Her brown hair was pulled tight over her scalp, ending in two braids intermingling with red and yellow ribbons. There were no loose strands, which was impressive considering the humidity hanging heavy in the air. Eli worked a half smile on his face. "School hasn't been built yet, sweetheart. You might want to try the church. The only thing you're going to learn here is the type of life you don't want to lead." Eli's eyes left the girl and scanned the prostitutes leaning casually against the bar or working their jobs with the saloon's other patrons. One of the doves shot Eli a disapproving glare. Eli responded with a slight curl of his upper lip. As his eyes made their way back to the young girl opposite him, his gaze lingered briefly on one couple. The woman, a gunslinger like Eli, listened intently to the silken words spilling forth from the gigolo eager to make a score. Eli could tell by the movement of his mouth he was speaking a language she likely didn't understand. Smooth words spilling forth from a well-oiled tongue. The woman laughed at something the gigolo said, and she looked briefly away, giving Eli a better look at her profile. A twinge of sadness worked in Eli's gut as recognition of the woman struck him. "Sadie?" "I'm not here for school, sir." The words brought Eli back. "What?" "I said I'm not here for school." The girl's face displayed no emotion. Eli tipped his hat back in a bit of confusion. "Well, what in Landlin's hell are you here for?" Looking at the bottle resting on the table between them, Eli chuckled. "It can't be because of the whiskey." Eli paused for a moment, looking closely at the girl. "It's not the whiskey, is it?" The girl gave a quick shake of her head. "No, sir, it is not." "You're not here for the bounty on me, are you?" Another shake of the head. "Good. That whole mess was settled months ago." Eli suddenly groaned and tilted his head back. No. No. You're not about to tell me that you're my daughter, are you?" The girl's face pinched tight and she rapidly shook her head. "Oh, no, sir." She swallowed in disgust. "No, absolutely not." Eli held up a hand. "Okay, let's moderate our reactions. I would make you a fine father." The girl's face pinched harder. Eli sighed. "Okay, then." Reaching for the bottle and pouring another shot, Eli promptly threw it back. "What do you want?" The girl didn't hesitate. "I need you to kill someone." Eli coughed, his eyes darting around the saloon. The girl spoke the words loud enough that it drew the attention of some of the patrons. Eli took quick note of who, then leaned forward, pointing a finger at the girl. "What the hell, Yonker?" His voice turned harsh. "You keep your voice down with such words." The girl's face pinched again. "But that's what people who go to saloons do. They kill people." Reaching into the pocket of her apron and producing a small object, she set it down next to the whiskey bottle. Eli's eyes went to the object. It was a rock no bigger than a dinner roll. The rough, translucent crystal exterior gave way to a pulsating blue glow beneath. He couldn't hide his surprise, but moved quickly. Standing and scooping the stone in one hand, he pushed the bottle with his other into the girl's hands. Turning, he put his free hand behind the girl's back, directing her out of the saloon. Eli's eyes darted back and forth, taking note if any of the previous patrons he marked might be watching as the pair exited. He heard her protests over holding a bottle of liquor, but Eli ignored the words, smiling and nodding their way out of the saloon. Stepping out onto the saloon's porch, the heat and humidity hit like a wet quilt. They moved down the stairs into the crowded main street of Direwald. The stench of sweat, rotting food, and waste from human and animal alike crawled relentlessly into Eli's nostrils. He cursed at the fact that for as long as he'd been in the town, he'd yet to get used to it. "Sir, please, we must stop. I'm not supposed to be holding this. Where are we going? Why did you take my skystone?" Eli didn't answer while pushing the pair down and across Main Street. Reaching an intersection, he blended in with a small bundle of people turning down Pearl Street. A little ways further, and Eli reached a rain barrel, stopped, pushed the girl against it, then knelt down, meeting her eye to eye. Keeping the rock in his fist, he held it up in front of her face. "Little one, you can't be flashing stuff like this in a place like that, because people in there will kill you for this. I might have killed you for this." The words sank in as silence fell between them. Eli squinted. "Where the hell did you get one this big, anyway?" The girl hesitated. Eli raised an eyebrow. "Best speak up, Yonker. It's a short trip to the marshal. He's not going to believe some tale that you just found it or some other lie." The girl fidgeted. "I stole it." Her eyes dropped toward the ground. Eli nodded. "That's a good start." "From who?" She kept her gaze down. "From my mother." "Why? A girl like you, nice clean dress and dolled up hair? You sure can't be wanting for nothing. Why would you go and cause such trouble as this?" The girl paused again, squirming a bit against the rough wood of the barrel. "Does it matter? She won't need it." Her words were defiant. Eli looked at the size of the glowing gem in his hand. "Oh, I think she'll be needing something this valuable." Raising her eyes, she locked her gaze with Eli's. "Not after you kill her, she won't." Author's note. So this story is actually a longer story that I'm breaking up for this book of bite-sized tales. I had written quite a bit of it with the intention of publishing it somehow, and it just was one of those stories, as many authors know, they just sort of flounder and hang out in a folder somewhere. And as I was looking around and thinking about book 4, I was reminded of this story and thought this would actually be kind of a fun thing to break apart into serials. So we'll see how it goes. I hope you enjoyed it. This chapter of Bite-Sized Tales has been brought to you under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 4.0 International License. Intro and outro music is Fantasy Motion by Alexander Nakarada, provided under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you've enjoyed what you've heard today, we greatly appreciate reviews and recommendations to your friends. For more information about our authors, visit bitesizedtales.com or follow us on Instagram at bite_size_tales. We look forward to reading to you next time.